James, what's happening? Look, I was thinking recently about unusual home defense. What do you have for me?
I got some things. I didn't even prepare for this, but I'm glad you threw it at me because we usually talk about business and business security and all these things, right?
Sure.
But then you brought this up and now I'm thinking about it.
Right.
So what are things you could do to defend your home that are a little unusual? So most people think of cameras, alarms, lights.
Yeah. Nothing unusual about that.
What about thorns? It's not really a common, okay, hear me out. It's not something you would normally want around your house, but you could do thorns or holly bushes around your trees or around your windows. Just makes it unpleasant to break into the house, right? The other one, this may or may not be legal in your area, but they have these devices that you hook to a tripwire. So if somebody crosses over, you know, and you have a string across, they trip the wire, it pulls a little pin and it's connected to a shotgun shell blank.
Okay.
So basically it just makes a loud noise. That's all it's doing. It's bang, right? You have the shotgun shell sound. If you have a little bit more money to spend, this is kind of going back to more of the common stuff, because it's a device that connects to your normal smart security system. It's a photoelectric beam. They're kind of expensive. You're probably in the $800 to $1,500 per set of these things, but it acts just like that tripwire we were talking about before.
Holy crap, these are euros. They're not going to, we're in America. We need 800 American dollars.
That's right.
Okay. So
yeah, these act like the tripwire I was talking about. And basically you put a beam over here and a beam over here. If somebody walks in between, it cuts off that electronic tripwire beam and that'll cause an alarm to be sent. So if you want to know, say if somebody's coming up a driveway, somebody passes through those two beams, it'll trip an alarm. That's kind of an expensive way to do it. And it's more on the traditional side of things, but it's still pretty cool because most people don't use them. So I figured I'd throw it in this list. Another one, you can't really buy smoke grenades or flashbangs per se. You know, it's more like a military item. But there are some things. Photographers use these type of like smoke grenade type deals a lot of times. And you can get those between like $9 and $30 for a smoke grenade. And they'll go off for 30 to 90 seconds, something like that. In the right situation, maybe you got an intruder in your house and you just need a few extra seconds to get out of the way. You could pull the pin on one of those, throw it there. It creates a lot of smoke and confusion. It allows you to maybe get out of harm's way.
Those don't work by plugging them in. There's nothing smoke related that gets plugged in.
Nope. You just pull like a little pin or a string out, and then it has.
What if you're not or you're asleep and you want something more automated? Is there anything, because you can have smart outlets that are tripped based on a sensor.
That is true. There is, if you want to get real fancy, there is actually smoke machines that tie into a security system. And it's not really a abnormal security thing. It's actually a legitimate product that's sold. We got a video on that as well. If an alarm goes off, it fills the entire room with non-toxic smoke. So you can breathe it. It's perfectly fine. Okay. Basically just vape juice. But you can't see because it's a big old cloud. So that can be a really good option. Typically for spaces that probably won't be inhabited while the system is armed. So it'd probably be better for like maybe an airplane hangar, a garage, a shop that's closed at night.
Okay.
Here's another good option. So a lot of people, you know, maybe they're not a gun fan, but they want to have something for protection. So they'll have a bat, you know, by the bed or something like that. Something I ran across is put a sock on the bat. So that way, if you're swinging at somebody and they try to grab that bat to use it against you, they grab the sock and it slips right off, and then you can just crack them right in the head with the bat after they have your sock. And then they're the one looking silly. And last but not least, this one's a little weird, and you probably don't want to do it all the time, but if you do like flour or talcum powder in front of entrances, so like if you have like a windowsill or something, you could do like a little tray with some flour or talcum powder. If somebody breaks into that window, they're probably going to touch that, and then it's going to end up leaving like footprints and stuff around your house. So it can actually be beneficial for the cops in tracking like what went down. That's all I got to say about all that.
And if that's all you have to say about all that, why don't you go ahead and like this video so we know and share it so all your friends know.
Oh, you're getting so creative. Bye.
Yeah, I'm getting lazy with my.
I just repeat whatever. I need to set you up better.